Alright, it is a big day for Star Wars fans today. We got the new trailer for Episode 9 of Star Wars, so let's break it down. First off, this trailer is very different than the last two trailers we got for Last Jedi and Force Awakens, the original trailer. This feels totally different. It feels different pacing. Different stuff is shown. I mean, Last Jedi's trailer was the exact same trailer as Force Awakens, and I had an issue with that. And then this one comes out, and I was like, okay, they better not do it again. They didn't, which I was very glad of. So a couple things I really liked is they leave you guessing. Like, what is this? What is that? They don't really tell you much at all, which is really good for a trailer to do. The first big question is, who's the pilot in that ship? Is that Kylo Ren? Is it one of his Knights of Ren? The way they kind of hint at it, I don't know. I'm really hoping that that moment in the movie is at the end of the movie. And the reason I want it to be at the end is because I feel like that kind of thing that she's doing is kind of like such a powerful, awesome moment that they need to like build up to it. It would just be so cool if they build up to it. And I've already given up on the fact that Rey's going to have no training in the whole series, which is one reason why I think she's not going to be that great of a character in the history of film, is because she doesn't do anything wrong ever. But that TIE Fighter thing looks pretty cool, and I hope it works out well, and I think it's going to be awesome. Another thing that I really liked is it looks beautiful. The movie looks well lit, just cool locations. They feel refreshing and new, but yet still Star Wars. A lot of those shots, I was like, oh yeah, this is totally Star Wars. Let's do this. And I liked that. Kylo Ren, yeah, let's do this. Like, he's doing the stuff with his helmet and all that, and it just looks like, okay, this is going to be his movie, and I really hope it is. I hope he just kind of shows what he can do with the Force, and I don't know what's going to happen with him, but I think that they've already hinted that a lot of stuff is going to happen. The whole last movie was about let the past die, right? Everything, let the past die, let the past die, and everything in this trailer is new this, new that, new this, new that. It's kind of a middle finger to Rian Johnson, and Episode 8 especially, that like, man, that's not where I was going with this series. I have to now take your mess and go my direction with it. And you really see that in the name of the movie, which is called The Rise of Skywalker. Now, who they're referring to, I don't know. Now, I'm not actually a fan of this name. A lot of people are. I think it's kind of cheesy, kind of like which Skywalker are we talking? It's just kind of like The Last Jedi was also kind of one of those names that you're like, oh my gosh, who are we referring to? None of the other Star Wars movies did that. I mean, you had Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, but we knew who it was talking about. And then you had like Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Like, it made sense. All three of these new movies, the names are kind of like, what does the name mean? What does the name mean? And I don't really like that when the name of the movie is part of the movie. It's just the name of the movie. Like, it shouldn't make me speculate because of the name of the movie. Random little thing I just think is annoying. Lando Calrissian is in this movie, so that's awesome. Let's hope he doesn't die. We see Leia briefly. Her little interaction with Rey, I hate their relationship. I hate it. It started in the end of Episode 7 when she hugs Leia, and Leia doesn't hug Chewie first. Like, the only explanation for that is if she knows who Rey is, and either, like, Luke's kid, or Obi-Wan Kenobi's kid, maybe, or even there's theories that they're Kylo and Rey are step-siblings, because Han Solo went and did stuff with other women. Like, lots of theories, I don't know, but it doesn't really make sense why Leia is so, like, attached to Rey. The new ships and stuff look cool. I'm all on board with that. I'm always for new ships if they're cool and make sense, not the bombers of Last Jedi, which, that's a whole nother video in itself. Is that the Death Star in that, like, sea at the end of the trailer? That is awesome. And you hear, I'm pretty sure it's the Emperor's voice laughing in the background. How they're going to actually tie that in, I don't know, but I'm really glad to see that tie into the originals with the Death Star, because there would, well, I mean, we see them explode, so I'm not really sure how that works out, but the point is that it's kind of a throwback to the originals, and it looks like it's going to be a big moment in the movie, so let's, I hope it turns out to be a good payoff and not just a cheesy thing for the trailer. One of the best things of the trailer was Luke narrating it and talking about, we gave you this thousands of years of knowledge, now it's up to you. Well, none of that dialogue was in the last movie, so I don't know how they're going to do that, but I really, really think that she's going to get a holocron. And I think that would be awesome, because holocrons are what Jedi and Sith they put their knowledge in. It's kind of, I don't know for sure what it is, but it's an object, and you can like tap into those with the Force and get their knowledge. Darth Bane does it and stuff like that, and the great Sith Lords have done it, and I think Luke had probably done it at one point in between the movies, but now I hope Rey does it. I hope that would be such an awesome tie-in to the books and to things that are like the powers of the Force that we don't know about yet in Star Wars would be the holocron. I think that would be awesome. If not, then it's just going to be, she probably learns more through ghost stuff or whatever. And then a couple things I really didn't like about the trailer. At the very beginning, it shows some text that says, every generation has a legend. It's like, don't tell me who the legend is. Let me decide who the legend is, okay? Luke was the legend of the last generation, and the generation before that would have been Anakin. He was the legend, or Obi-Wan maybe. Like, and they're Skywalkers, right? When there's like, every generation has a legend. It's just kind of like pushing it in your face, and I just don't like that. It was just a random little thing, but it's kind of like, oh, look, Rey is our Luke Skywalker, guys, right? Like, and it's like, if she's good, then I'll like her. If she's not, then I'm not going to. And so far, I'm not liking her. So we'll see where that goes. The other thing I didn't like about this trailer is how bad it makes Last Jedi look. Actually, that should make me happy, but it just makes me more mad again. I watched this trailer and go, why didn't Last Jedi answer all these questions? And then we could have a whole nother movie. Like, it was like Last Jedi is like this much of the series. You got Episode 7, Last Jedi, Episode 8, or 9, and 8 is like this big, and it doesn't really mean anything. And it's just kind of like, what was the point of that movie? And this trailer just kind of reemphasizes that by bringing back all the issues that the other one had. Overall, though, I thought this trailer was great. I'm really excited to see the movie. I'm not excited to see Kathleen Kennedy anymore. I saw a little blip with her on the release thing that they were doing, and I was just like, oh my goodness, stop talking. I don't want to hear your opinion on this stuff because you are not Star Wars. You're just a business person that's trying to make money. Leave it up to the directors to talk about it and the people, the actual creatives that know what they're doing. Because clearly she doesn't, because Last Jedi was a disaster. Solo was like a disaster. Rogue One had problems. She didn't even bring back the director for reshoots. Like, she is the problem with Star Wars right now. Any main issue, it can be traced back to her every time, with either the people she hires or stuff like that. Like, she's at the top. But I don't want to hear her opinion on any of this. Like, anyway, little rant. What did you think of the trailer? Let me know in the comments below. I'm super excited to see it. It's in my top 10 most anticipated. I think probably top 5. I can't remember what I did on that list. I'm super stoked. And also later today, after this video, I'm going to be uploading my first whiskey reviews video, which is where my friend Drew and I talk about Star Wars for an hour and 40 minutes. We just talk about the originals, the prequels, and the new ones, and he approaches it from a literature side of things. He's a theology major and an English major. He just understands the meta-narrative better than I do, whereas I understand, like, the cinematic stuff better. So we kind of have a discussion. It's more like a podcast, but on YouTube. So check that out if you're interested, and let me know what you would like to do with that, but that'll be up later, and hopefully you enjoy it. Star Wars, new trailer, I'm loving it. All right, bye.